Let's maul in the Central Committee. Let's cringe in the Central Committee. Let's bog in the Central Committee right now.
Nina Turner's campaign announced it raised $2.2 million in the race for Ohio's congressional district. Holy shit! Oh, it's over. It's a rappity rap. It's a rappity rap. Oh, you'll love to see it.
I am a daughter of Cleveland. I was raised in this community by parents who
We're gonna
worked
win,
very
Chad.
hard.
Pepe La.
My mother was a nurse's aide,
Not
my
Pepe La.
father a truck driver. I can relate to people who live in the 11th congressional district from all walks of life. I am you. As a Cleveland City Councilwoman, I worked to secure housing for seniors. As an Ohio State Senator, I stood with working families and labored to maintain collective bargaining rights. I led the effort to create the Ohio Task Force on Community and Police Relations. I know that the struggle is real. I want to serve as your next
The norm is next to the
Congresswoman
prime.
because I believe that everyone deserves a good job, health care, and our children deserve to be educated from pre-K to college. I will go to Congress to help our community recover from the coronavirus, including helping small businesses and those who have been hardest hit. We are going to do great things together. Let's get to work. I am Nina Turner, and I'm running for Congress.
Fucking poggers, man. I don't want to integrate into a system that doesn't even want to allow my people the right to vote freely. Socialism now.
I keep my trust fund in Amalgamated.
My wife's boyfriend hid a bunch of live bees in our fridge this morning and I made a huge mess trying to make my cereal not cool. Kyler, not cool. Here's $3. Love Frog.
You're welcome, Frog Fortress. My name isn't Kyler, though. I'm in Ohio's 7th district, but you can bet I'm going to fight for Nina. Okay, let me just say this. Socialism now. Socialism requires an organization and a movement. All the socialist revolutions of history participated in electoral politics at the time in the societies that they were in, if they were able. You do what you can. You grab at every straw. If Nina Turner could win congressional seat, we're taking that seat. And we're going to do whatever we can with it. Is it going to solve everything? Probably not. But I want to see some progress, bro. Sorry for assuming you're a bro. I organize for liberation of black people in Oakland via people's programs. POG. That's awesome. I want to say this. You're valid. You're really valid. If you don't believe in electoralism and it's not what makes you passionate, I support your direct action. But I believe in an umbrella strategy that includes that. So the people that are passionate about mutual aid, direct action, community support, I want you to focus your efforts on that. I absolutely do, and I support it. But I'm also going to do every other tactic at the same time. Because there are millions of us. And we could do all different strategies based on what we're passionate about.
I keep my trust fund in Amalgamated.
In the context of the George Floyd conversation, we're pretty ADHD today. I apologize. Let's look at that New York City Council has ended qualified immunity for police officers.
Become a symbol of systemic racism in the U.S. justice system. The trial is also putting a spotlight on the legal concept known as qualified immunity. In the simplest terms, qualified immunity protects police officers and other government officials from liability. That protection may even apply if the conduct is illegal. Qualified immunity shields officers from civil action unless they violated clearly established law. In other words, an officer is unlikely to face a judgment unless there is a prior case with identical circumstances. And it means that a victim is unlikely to win a civil suit against an officer, even if the victim's rights were violated.
So qualified immunity comes from a doctrine known as sovereign immunity, which basically says you can't sue the government. The government is immune. Did you know that was a doctrine? Now, the United States of America has passed laws allowing people to sue it. So you can't sue the government without its consent because they have sovereign power. But the United States of America has passed a number of laws allowing people to sue the government in its own courts and subjecting itself to its own review. Now, because the sovereign has immunity, they've also extended that doctrine to the agents of the government. If you can't sue the government, but you could sue the agent of the government who's carrying out the government's policies, and then the person liable for that is that man, then nobody's going to want to carry out government policy because the sovereign immunity just shifts the blame from the government, which has the ability to pay, to some agent of the government. And so that's basically where qualified immunity doctrine came from. And obviously, you could see why there is a moral hazard here. If an agent of the government is not actually carrying out the policies of the government or following the laws of that government, but also gets immunity, that lets them act with impunity. And so the New York City Council has finally repealed qualified immunity for their police officers.
Qualified immunity is a federal mandate, but many cities across the country have started reviewing their own immunity standards. And some, including New York City, are doing away with it entirely.
All right, be right back.
Joining me now is New York City Council Speaker Corey Johnson. We should also mention that the speaker is currently running for city comptroller. Thank you for being with us, Councilman. So let's start with the timing. New York State Attorney General Letitia James filed a lawsuit against the New York City Police Department back in January for its treatment of protesters after George Floyd's death. Was the qualified immunity vote related at all to that?
First of all, thank you, Lana, for having me on to talk about this important topic. This has been in the works for a while. Everyone remembers what happened across the country last June after George Floyd was murdered in Minneapolis. And we have been looking at a series of bills to reimagine what policing looks like in New York City, the largest city, of course, in the United States of America. As you said, we just took a big step to end qualified immunity for cases of illegal excessive force and illegal searches and seizures. This is a big deal. No other major city in the country has done this. The only other two places are the states of Connecticut and Colorado. And we think this is a step in having greater accountability and ensuring that police officers who are violating individual civil rights are not able to have this shield where they can do whatever they want outside the bounds of accountability and transparency. So we passed this bill a week and a half ago. The mayor has said he intends to sign it. And this is a really big deal. We're proud to be a place in the country that's doing it. We hope that other...
Chat, it's time for the palate cleanser, right? What was that? It's a Romeo palate cleanser! Yeah! Are you ready? Majority Report. Hey, Majority Reporters. We are hanging out with my puppy, Romeo. Right, Romeo? Yeah. High 10. You missed. High 10. There you go. We're hanging out with my puppy. I'm Mike from PA. We were talking about the end of qualified immunity in New York City, the Derek Chauvin trial. We've been talking about some other stuff, but we're taking a little mental health break with my puppy. Right? Now turn around. Now turn around. Come on. Come on. Sit down. All right, buddy. He's a Romeo. Okay, so now we have a Gamba. Is the Gamba close? Shh. Don't speak. Quiet. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, double clutched! Double clutch! What a catch! Yeah. Well, speak. All right, go home. Go home. Well, welcome, Majority Reporters. We're gonna get back to political coverage. My name is Mike from PA. How are you all doing? My better half. So true. That was great. Was that not a great catch or what? Was that not a great catch? It hit off his snout and then he like caught it off the bounce, which was pog as hell.
Places across the country.
My dogs are all into Romeo barking.
I want you to help clarify for our audience because, as I mentioned, qualified immunity is a federal mandate. So what exactly does the city council vote allow people to do? Can anyone now sue an officer?
Yes, you can sue an officer now if your rights have been violated.
Thank you, Majority Reporters.
Civil rights have been violated.
The NFT market crashed? Oh my god. I was told the NFT was how... Oh my god, of course it did. Oh my god.
An officer has used excessive force against you.
Hit that follow button if you're not already following, chatters.
An illegal stop or seizure against you. You now have the ability to sue the police officer and the ability to sue the police department. Let me give you a crazy example of what's going on right now. As you said just a few moments ago, the state attorney general, Letitia James, has brought a lawsuit against the New York City Police Department for violating protesters' civil rights who were protesting last summer in the aftermath of George Floyd being murdered. Right now in New York City, the New York City Police Department and the law department is saying, you can't sue us because of qualified immunity. You can't sue us for violating the rights of protesters who were protesting the death of George Floyd. This can no longer be used in the future now because of the law that we passed.
Let's also ask this question, because since it's a federal mandate, do you think that New York's actions will lead the federal government to limit or end qualified immunity?
It's my hope. I mean, there has been talk about this for nearly a year now. Again, after George Floyd was murdered at the federal level, House Democrats and Senate Democrats introduced a federal police package, but I'm not sure where it is and if it's going to see movement. I want to be really clear about something so that your viewers know this legal doctrine, qualified immunity, is rooted in racism, and it was made up by the federal courts in 1967 to prevent freedom riders in Mississippi from holding public officials liable when they break the law. So this was not something that was in the US Constitution. It was not in a state constitution. It was a legal doctrine created out of trying to protect police officers who were violating the civil rights of civil rights activists. 15 priests in Mississippi were mistreated by the police, and that's how qualified immunity came to be. It has a racist history, and it is time for it to be abolished by the U.S. Congress and for the president to sign that into law.
Still, there are organizations representing police officers that have been outspoken against this decision. They say that it is essential to attract and maintain a qualified police force.
Yes, no one will want to be a cop unless they can beat people in violation of the law. Hey, I don't want those cops. I don't want the cops that say they need to be able to protect it from being sued when they break the law. How about this? Train your cops not to break the law, forehead. Frog Forge is next to the prime.
Let's play some of the samples of the criticism.
Every bill that they put in is making it more difficult for our detectives and the police in the street to do their job.
These laws, these bills are going to cause police to be less proactive, and the people that are going to suffer are the black and brown people of the inner city.
So what's your response to that criticism that people who are working in law enforcement are putting their own lives on the line already by being out there every day on the force, and that this further exposes them and their families potentially to civil lawsuits?
This bill only says that if a police officer violates someone's civil rights by using excessive force or violating the Fourth Amendment, which is against illegal search and seizure, then they could potentially see a lawsuit. If a police officer is doing their job appropriately, not using excessive force, not violating someone's civil rights, then they have nothing to worry about. This is about accountability. The Cato Institute, which is, a libertarian right of center organization, has called qualified immunity a moral failure. Both Justices Sonia Sotomayor and Clarence Thomas, the left and right end of the Supreme Court, have criticized it. And one of qualified immunity's most vocal critics is a Trump-appointed ultra-conservative Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals Judge Don Willett. This is a bipartisan issue. It's an issue that's time has come to get rid of because we know it does not help policing in any way. It undermines the trust between police and communities, and we need greater accountability. It's time to get rid of qualified immunity.
Such an important discussion. New York City Council Speaker Corey Johnson, thank you.
Thank you, Lana, for having me.
Sometimes the legal system is stacked against certain groups and others fly by. Yeah. Thank you very much. As long as they aren't breaking the law, they have nothing to worry about, right? We've seen enough of their version of being more proactive. If the police are working within the law, they have nothing to fear. The fact that police are pro-immunity just goes to show what respect they have for the law. Well, I mean, the laws are for you and me, not for our rulers, not for our controllers, the police. They don't have any laws apply to them. They can do whatever the fuck they want, whenever they want. Fucking disgusting. Thank you, Bobby Mercer. Hillary Candy, Bobby Mercer. Thank you very much, man.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Person. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Okay, it's really cute the way she says Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. All right, that's pretty cute. That's pretty cute. I'm gonna give Hillary that was cute reaction to almost dying. That's pretty cute, not gonna lie. Holy shit. We do politics here every morning starting at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. You can watch us here on Twitch. We're the morning guy, the morning politics guy. Politics Frogs in every single day, same time, 10 a.m., day in, day out. And we carry you through your morning and early afternoon politics needs. And if you need more, Mike from PA, we have a YouTube channel. We talked about suburbs, the My Pillow guy, Ted Cruz. We talked about DSA. Amazing. Making fun of Tim Pool. Amazing. Look at all of these amazing videos. Get in there, watch them. We have me on Twitter. You got to follow me on Twitter, chat. I'm at 20,614 subs. That means I got like 40 followers on Twitter in the last day. You can do better than that. You can do better than that. Go follow us on Twitter. And of course, join the Discord, where we have an incredible community of left-wing streamers. We have left-wing community. We talk about the stream. We talk about politics. There's gaming content. It's a really awesome, supportive place. Direct action, mutual aid. And you can just let off some steam. And also, you can help produce the show. One of the things I do is I look at the links that are put into the news content suggestions chat room on the Discord. Join the Discord, come hang out, and maybe what you want me to talk about will be part of the next show.